everyone, it's Autumn. Today I wanted to go ahead and do a perfume haul. I have quite a few perfumes here. They've been collecting here in a tray on my desk, and I think the last perfume haul I did was back in August. So this is everything that I've purchased since then. And since I have so many, I'm not going to go into detail about every single perfume because I do have videos planned for the new year to go through my entire collection and do videos by like category. So it would be either alphabetically or by perfume house, just kind of depending, because some perfume houses I don't have a ton of perfumes within that house. Anyway, I'm going to go through my entire collection and I'm going to try out those perfumes because some of these I haven't even tried out yet. I'm going to wear them, I'm going to test them, and I'm going to do full-on comprehensive videos of each fragrance. At the end of trying out everything, I have probably, I would say, over 150 to try out. At the end of that, I'm then going to go ahead and do a declutter. So I'm going to take notes throughout the year. And then once I do my declutter, I have a wish list of perfumes, and then that's when I can actually buy again. So I'm putting myself on a little bit of a no-buy here because I think I went a little bit crazy during the whole pandemic. So I feel like a little bit of the reason why I went crazy during 2020 is because, well, I was cooped up a little bit in the house and watching a lot of videos of a lot of perfume reviewers. And a lot of them got me to wanting to buy perfumes. And that's a bad idea for a couple of reasons. One of which is something that smells good to someone else may not smell good to me. In a lot of cases, it has not. Another reason for that is I can't go and smell perfumes in store. A lot of stores don't even have testers anymore. So if I wasn't buying online and I was going in store, I still had to blind buy it based on the notes that I saw online. So if I were to go into a TJ Maxx, which a lot of these did come from a TJ Maxx, if I were to go in there and just blind buy, what ended up happening was I would go onto a website such as Fragrantica or Base Notes, look at the notes of the fragrance, and then base my purchase based on that. And then some of it was either the notes or some reviews on those websites. And so I ended up buying fragrances based on those things, which again, a lot of the times I can base on notes whether or not I will like something. But again, it goes more into the combination of notes, or again, if there's more of one thing, it's like a recipe. So with the same ingredients, you know, you can make pasta or biscuits or even like pie, just with more, you know, like a pie crust, I guess. But you can make more or less of one thing or add a little bit of this and it becomes something completely different. That has been pretty much what has happened here, to where I thought I would like something, I may not like it, I haven't even tried it out, and I just kept buying and buying and buying. So and then I kept wearing the same things over and over again and then not even trying some of this. And that's mostly because some of the reviewers I really like when a reviewer kind of tells the history behind things. So Katie Puckrick used to do that. She doesn't review any longer. Every now and then she has like a blog that she writes on. I think she shares this blog with someone else, and she writes on that blog, and they talk about different perfumes and people write in, and it's really great. But then also somebody that I've been watching recently who actually lives really close to me. Her name is Amy, and her channel is, I always get this wrong, is it Savor Salvage Scent, I believe? And she does beautiful videos where she's got some music playing in the background and she's talking about the scents and her experiences with them. And they're just kind of like storytelling along with the fragrance. I can't stand videos where people are just ranking fragrance or using misogynistic terms. Like Jeremy Fragrance gets under my skin. I'm like calling somebody out, but I can't stand to watch somebody like Jeremy Fragrance who just is like, you know, scents that are sexy to man.
A fresh and clean fragrance, and fresh and clean is not sexy. At least for women. We men like women when they are sweet, sexy, fruity, sugary. It's just the way the world works.
And then it's like, you know, those kind of gross me out. I really like a story. And a lot of times if somebody tells a story to me, I will buy a fragrance based off of that story, or a vision that they paint, like a whole picture that they paint based off of that fragrance, even if the notes are something that I think that I may not like. And that is why I bought Shalimar a long time ago, because of Katie Puckrick. So that's kind of where I am with fragrance, or why I buy fragrances, because to me they also tell a story and I really like that. But then also for me, as far as wearing fragrance, I don't need to have as much fragrance as I have, so I really need to thin the herd. And so this year I'm going to be doing that by doing this whole series. So I have made myself some rules for buying, as you can probably tell by what I mentioned earlier. If you want me to make a whole separate video, I'm making those rules for like makeup and skincare, because again, I have bins of skincare and drawers full of makeup. And I feel like 2020 was just a year for me to just like keep buying stuff that I didn't need. And I really need to cut back on that. So if you're interested in kind of the rules I've set for myself, I can make a separate video on that. But really, I see other people making these sorts of videos. My rules are completely different from theirs. And I think they could be helpful if you're trying to figure out what kind of rules you should make for yourself. But I think everybody's different, and you should just do what's practical for you. So unless that's something that you're interested in seeing, I really don't plan on making that kind of video. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the fragrances, and I will explain why I bought each fragrance. And I will also tell you like the type of video I plan on doing with it as well. I won't go really into it unless I have tried it out a little bit or anything like that, because I haven't tried most of these. So this first one is going to come up in another video as well, and I've already filmed, I think, most of that video, and it's a Beauty Pie video. So Beauty Pie is a subscription-based service. I've done several videos on them. I'll leave them linked below, or maybe up here, or would it be up here in the eye? I think it's up here. I'll leave something linked if you're curious about it, but more or less Beauty Pie is kind of like a wholesaler for makeup, and the whole purpose behind their company is luxury goods at wholesale prices, and you pay for the membership and then you can buy at cost. But anyway, they do make fragrances, and the other fragrances that I have from them, most of them are made from Frank Vogel, I think is how you pronounce his name, who is the creator of Santal 33. And this right here isn't made by him, but this is their only eau de toilette. And this is actually the scent that they've made to match their other bath products. So they have a shower gel and a body scrub, and they made this to layer with their shower gel and body scrub. And this is their Orange Absolute. And I got this just because I was curious. I thought maybe it might be nice and fresh for me to like wear to work or to the gym to like layer with them. And a lot of people say like don't wear fragrances to the gym or anything like that, but the other scents I thought were a little much to wear to the gym, and I work at the gym, if that makes sense. So well, it makes sense, I'm telling you, work at the gym. But the notes in here are bitter and sweet orange, zesty lemon essence, Egyptian geranium, minty basil oil, jasmine sambac absolute, sunny musk, and tonka bean. This actually reminds me a lot of I have the 4711, and they had their 2018 version that was orange based, where they threw that a little bit in here, and it reminds me a lot of that. It's not exact, but it's very similar. I don't know how long it wears. 4711 doesn't wear very long, but this reminds me a lot of that scent. The next scent I want to jump into is Kate Walsh's boyfriend. And it used to be, I don't know who made it before, and it used to say Kate Walsh boyfriend, but now she has come back out with the boyfriend scent, and she's made a whole line, and you have to buy it from her website. It's no longer available in stores like it used to be. And I think it's been reformulated, but they say on the website it's supposed to smell exactly like it did before. This scent does smell good. But to me, it reminds me a lot of the Kenzo Jungle d'Elephant. I'll have like a visual here on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. It reminds me a lot of that, only the Kenzo scent has almost like a sort of waxy candle-like element in the scent. And I don't know what gives it that. I'm not really up on scents. So a lot of people can describe scents really well and tell you what gives you that. I'm not that. I can pick out certain elements within a scent, but I'm not so refined to where I can tell you exactly what everything is. My refined nose is more like the equivalent of walking in somewhere and telling you that, like, being very specific and saying that it smells like spaghetti night in a nursing home. So I can be very specific with a scent, but not tell you what it is, if that makes sense. Anyway, and I don't know why I came up with that, but this smells a lot, has a lot of the same notes to me, but it's not as strong as the Kenzo, and it doesn't have that sort of like heavy, waxy candle-like thing that gives the Kenzo almost like that holiday, like to where you would have to wear the Kenzo on a holiday, if that makes sense. So a lot of people say the Kenzo scent is a holiday scent, and I think it's because of that sort of waxy sort of element to it. But anyway, that's the Kate Walsh boyfriend. I did order that, and it took forever to come in. But I mean, mail is just kind of crazy right now. So during the Sephora sale, and I forgot to mention this, I did film a Sephora haul, but I haven't put it up. But anyway, during the Sephora sale, I decided to pick this up, and this is the Viktor and Rolf Magic Invisible Oud, and this was on sale for 50% off, and I decided to get it because I've been wanting to try from this range forever, and I've really been into oud scents. But I have not been into powdery scents, and I've been trying to get past that. But I really love this because to me the smells, I get the oud and it does have powder in it, but this is actually one that I could wear. And I think this smells terrific. I think they've discontinued this line though, so it kind of makes me sad, but I think you can find this still online in some places. I paid around $77 for this, I believe, but it's a beautiful scent. I'm going to be really sad when I use it up. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm really a fan of this one. I haven't tried any of those other scents in that magic line. Okay, so I was feeling a little bit nostalgic looking on fragrancenet.com, and there were these two that I believe were from like the late 90s, early 2000s that remind me of like high school, and I wanted to go ahead and get them. So CK1 is unisex, and I remember like people like seeing this in the magazine ads, like in the black and white ads, and like smelling it in the magazines. Like the smell of this mixed with paper. Anybody else like ever smell that? But I had never like smelled it on its own, and I decided that I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. I don't really have any thoughts on it, and I haven't worn it long term. This is definitely a sporty scent though. It's a fresh sporty scent. And then I wanted to pick up Tommy Girl because this again is one, it definitely smells like it has apple in it. And this is one, if I don't end up keeping, I could give to my daughter who's 12. But I thought it was cute and I would give it a try. And then also some other nostalgic sorts of scents. I remember going to the Clinique counter with my grandmother growing up, and I always saw the Clinique Aromatics Elixir. And for some reason, I thought when I purchased it that I got the Eau de Parfum, but I didn't. This is the Eau de Toilette. By reading it though, there's not a huge difference other than strength, which this is super strong anyway. I've sprayed it on myself a couple of times and it kind of turns sour on my skin. So, I mean, I might try it a few more times, but this just may be something that does not work on my skin. But I did also get the black and the white, and the black smells really good. And this may be something that I keep around. And then the white is like a white floral. And this reminds me of like every 90s white floral perfume. So, but the black to me is a winner as far as like my perfume tastes. And then keeping with that, a lot of people always compared the Aromatics Elixir to the Estee Lauder Youth Dew. So I decided to go ahead and pick this up. And I thought, because they said either you would prefer this one or this one, that usually one person didn't like both. And I actually do prefer the smell of this one. I haven't worn it though, but like smelling it out of the bottle, I do prefer this one. So I just decided I would go ahead and get it and try it out. I will do a wear test though and let you guys know. And then I picked up some Guerlain perfumes. I got the Mitsouko. I don't really have any thought straight out of the bottle. Let me look up and see what notes it's supposed to have. So yeah, it says it has bergamot, rose, jasmine, citrus, peach, ylang ylang, lilac, rose, jasmine, oak moss, spices, vetiver, cinnamon, amber. So again, I haven't worn it, but almost all of Guerlain's fragrances a lot of the time go powdery. And I was looking for one that didn't go super powdery. And then I'm looking to see if powder is listed. Hold on. Yeah, powdery isn't listed. Then I also picked up the Guerlain Black Perfecto. And this is the Petite Robe Noire. So I got this one. And this has like a weird sweetness to it. And I don't know what it is. Yeah, and it just must be the sweet cherry. Yeah, so it's like a sweet cherry scent. And then it's almond, nutty, leather, rose, fruity, soft, spicy, patchouli. And then I picked this one up, which is the Le Petite Robe Noire. And is this the Hippie Chic? I feel like one of them I got was the Hippie Chic. Which one is this? All right, so then this is a small segment that I would like to call Amy Made Me Do It.
What is up, cats and kittens? It's Amy from Saber Salvage Scent.
And then this first one, she had recommended in a video where she was talking about some of her favorite scents of the year. I don't know what video it is. I'll link it below if I can find the particular video. But this is Bohemian Reves. I don't know.
Bohemian Reves, as in R-E-V-E, plural.
She's a lot smarter than I am. I like to surround myself with people more intelligent. So I think that's why I'm drawn to her. But, and why I also originally used her to pronounce something in one of my videos. But she suggested this perfume called Desert Fleur. Fun fact, the way I remember the difference when I'm spelling desert and dessert is because desert has one S and dessert has two S's because you would like two desserts, right? Anyway, she suggested this and they were having a Black Friday sale and I was able to snag it, I think for like 30% off or something. Unfortunately, mine leaks around, I don't know if you can see that. That kind of stinks. It does have a very earthy sort of smell. Maybe I should get that with a tissue. But mine has been stored upright and I don't know what the deal is. Every time I open it, maybe I could just tighten it. I just tightened it. Maybe it was just loose. But mine does leak. And then I also noticed that it's definitely got some oil and stuff in there. You can like kind of see them floating around. So it's definitely a more natural sort of perfume. But I can smell like some vanilla and it seems like some patchouli. It's a very earthy sort of perfume. So I'm gonna have to play around with it and see how I feel about it. I kind of feel like I love watching her videos. And we kind of have a video planned together at some point that I think will be fun. But we definitely have different tastes in fragrance, I think, for the most part. Except for this next one she had also mentioned in a video. And I absolutely love this. Although she had mentioned that she is trying to get used to wearing oud scents. And so I got this based on her recommendation. And this is Ragbha, or I don't know how you pronounce it. But she had mentioned this and I love it. My husband loves it. I love it. And then it also came with, let me reach forward and grab it. It came with this, which is like a perfumed sort of deodorant spray, it says in the box. So I don't know. I love this smell. Like this is like something that I think could be a signature scent for me. Like I really, really like it. And then the other two I got pretty much because she had mentioned them in a video when she was doing a Sarah Jessica Parker video. And she was just talking about how interesting these scents were. But I love Sarah Jessica Parker's stash. I have 2 of the regular bottles of perfume and then have 1 of the oil. And then so I went ahead and I picked this up when she did like a video ranking them. I'm just gonna like leave all of her videos ranked below. Or not ranked below, but you know, listed below that I mentioned. And this is Covet. And this is really strange, but it reminds me of a less powdery version of Cartier's, is it Basier Volet? Basier Volet? Basier, I don't know. I can't say it. I'll leave it here on the screen. It reminds me of a less powdery, like less creamy version of that. I don't know if they have any note crossovers, but the minute I smelled that, it reminded me of that Cartier scent. This right here is Lovely. And it is really nice. It's a very simple, I don't think anybody would be offended by this, but to me it doesn't really stand out either, which is weird. She says that she got multiple compliments when she wore it, so I think it's one of those that like melds with the skin and gets better. But I've only sprayed it and like worn it like once. All right, so then the next thing I want to talk about is this. I got this because in high school I used to use the body spray and I loved the smell. And I still actually have some of the body spray in here anytime that like Victoria's Secret would have a reward or something, because I used to get their workout leggings before they switched the fabric, and it's a really annoying story. Anyway, I always got the body spray, but I've never had the perfume. So I decided to go ahead and try the perfume and see if the smell was different or what I thought of it. It's very similar, but more of the berry comes out in this, and to where almost the body spray to me smells more masculine. But I actually really like it. So I actually am excited to try this out. To me, it was almost a very unisex sort of scent, which I think is why I really liked it. And I really like unisex scents. So to me, that was kind of a win. I picked that up on FragranceNet. So I was at TJ Maxx and I saw this. This is the Chai Spice. This was $9.99, and this scent, I think they might have redone, I think, is it Anthropology or Urban Outfitters? I forget who carries this line. But I think they might have redone their whole line of these sorts of scents. But this is a very spicy vanilla, and I was looking for like a boozy, like sexy sort of vanilla to wear or to mix with fragrances, because what I like to do sometimes, if I find that I have a fragrance that is a little bit too masculine, I will put a boozy vanilla with it. I don't like to put a vanilla with it that is like cake vanilla or like pink aquilina, pink sugar. I don't like to do that. I like it like a deep boozy vanilla. This, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that with this. This also may be one after I try it out and wear it on my skin that would go to my daughter. So we'll see. I did pick up this. This is the C Passion, and I got this at Fragrance Net online. This I really like. It reminds me of like a really good smelling shampoo. It has all of the stuff on here. It's got nectar, okay, yeah, black currant nectar and pear, rose and jasmine, and vanilla and cedar wood. This just reminds me of like a really fragrant shampoo. I have the like two other, I have the original Giorgio Armani C, and then also I think, is it the Intense that comes in the black? I really just like the whole C line, and I get compliments a lot when I wear it. I also picked this up on Fragrance Net. This is the Coach, and just Coach Eau de Parfum, I guess. And this has raspberry, Turkish rose, and suede musk. And I feel like almost all of Coach perfumes are just, I feel like anybody would find them pleasant. I feel like you can't go wrong with them, but there's nothing that really stands out about them. So I find this pleasant. Nothing really wrong with it. Then I also picked this up, the Burberry Touch. And I believe this said online to have peach in it. And I was looking for a good peach fragrance. Let me double check that though. Yeah, it has peach in it. And I was looking for something, I guess, with a little bit more peach. But this also says to have red pepper in it, which I thought was interesting. But the whole, everything in this looked, I don't know, kind of interesting and appealing to me. It also had like cedar, blackberry. So I'm going to give it a try. I haven't really tried it out a whole lot. And then I picked up this. This is Euphoria Blossom by Calvin Klein. And I got this at TJ Maxx. I know it says Blossom, but it's very floral. I mean, obviously. So this to me is definitely going to be a spring scent. All right, so I was on the hunt for a Baccarat Rouge 540 dupe, and so I picked up this duo of fragrances, Casino Royale Nights bottle, and I think it's pretty close. I feel like the original Baccarat Rouge is a little less fruity, a little more woody. But then everybody was also saying that this was a dupe. I was an idiot, got a huge bottle of it. The original like spray on the skin is a dupe, but then that goes away and leaves you with a coconut sort of dry down. And then the Baccarat Rouge does not have that coconut dry down, so this is not a dupe. So again, that's one that will probably end up going to my daughter. And then at TJ Maxx, they started getting in these Elizabeth and James fragrances. So I don't know what's going on with the house, but I absolutely love the original Elizabeth and James black. And then they have these flankers. And then, so they originally came out with the black and the white, and then they started coming out with other flankers. So in my collection, I had the black and the bourbon. And then I saw some flankers at TJ Maxx, and I forget which two I saw at TJ Maxx, but I went ahead and I picked them up. And then I saw the rest of them on FragranceNet, and I'm like, well, I might as well just have the complete collection and try them out and do a video at some point. So when I do my fragrance collection video, I will do a full-on collection video, but I love these. This can be layered with the white. I don't know if they suggest layering like any and all, but I really do like these scents. I think they're nice. I think they're well done. Yeah, so anyway, this one I really like. This is French Gray. This right here is Amethyst. This is White. And this is Rose. Okay, so I already had 2 of the Banana Republic scents. And then again, I saw Amy do a video about a Banana Republic scent, and I don't know if it was this one or the cherry one because I saw them both. But then I just started going through the notes and trying to figure out which ones I wanted and all of that good stuff. So the ones I had like the peppercorn, pink peppercorn one, and I also had the Neroli Woods one. And then I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do a video on them. So I first looked at TJ Maxx to see what they had, and the only thing that TJ Maxx had was this in the men's section, which is the Classic. And to me, the Classic smells a lot like my Neroli Woods that I have. It's not exact, but the Classic is a unisex scent. So I went ahead and I picked it up to give it a try. And so I have that. And then I ran over to, we have a outlet for Banana Republic, not too far from me. It's in Aurora. And I did pick up 1 scent from them. And then I picked up the rest of the scent on FragranceNet. So the cool thing is I could get them in these like little tiny bottles. The only scent on FragranceNet that they didn't have in the 1/2 ounce was this one, which is the tobacco and tonka bean. So tonka bean, a lot of the times, to me, tends to be a little bit creamy, which again, I don't like anything too powdery or too creamy. But I do love tobacco. So I went ahead and I thought it would be fine to go ahead and get the bigger bottle. And again, since, you know, I'm married, these scents are all unisex, which is perfect because sharing is caring. So I went ahead and got the tobacco and tonka bean Oud Mosaic, which this is my favorite. Oh my gosh, this smells so good to me. Vintage Green, Black Platinum, Cypress Cedar, which I believe this one is supposed to be a dupe for an Hermes scent, which I actually have testers of that Hermes scent, so I will test them against each other. But it smells really good. Pure White, Linen Vetiver. Also at TJ Maxx, I picked up these Bulgari. It came in like a trio set, and it's like these little Omnia crystal things, and these are each 1/2 ounce each as well. The annoying thing is though with my perfume collection, since these don't stand up, I have to lay them down flat like this. But I got this scent, I don't think they're listed as to what they are. Yeah, they don't say what they are. You just have to know, I guess, from like the color, and I already threw out the box. But I got the, I think this is this crystalline? I think this is coral, and then whatever the pink one is, I don't know. I'll have stuff on the screen if I can't figure it out here while I'm doing stuff. All right, so the next thing is kind of a roller coaster. I'm gonna do a full video on it, so I'm not gonna do too much here, but I did order from a company called Waft. It was not the best experience, so I will do a full video on my experience with them and customer service and what the ordering was like and all of that. At the time, I just thought I was going to be doing like a fun haul and trying out the perfume. So I should have done like a whole screen grab of exactly what I had asked for and the notes that I had chosen and who they said my perfumer was. I will go ahead and tell you now that the notes I had chosen were not the notes that they gave me in my perfume. And then the perfume that I told them to use as inspiration or something similar was nothing like what they gave me. And then even the perfumer that they had assigned to my case was not the perfumer that they eventually gave me. So I thought all of that was really bizarre and odd. And the company itself, I guess, to just give it away, they are not making you a custom perfume based off of what they already have, like a bank of perfumes, and they're just pulling one from the shelf and giving it to you, which then to me is just so crazy that it takes so long to get your product, because they're not making you a custom perfume. So I just thought the whole thing was crazy. I am going to do a full video on it, but I did want to let you know that I received my box. They give you a perfume and then 2 other perfumes as well to pair with your scent. All right, so then here is my next thing I want to talk about. I ordered a fragrance box from Allure Beauty Box. So I think I'm going to do a full video on Allure Beauty Box just in general. I do have my last 2 months here just hanging out on the side comparing them. I did want to discuss like those prices and things like that. But if you are a member of Allure Beauty Box, every now and then they will come out with themed boxes that you can pay a little bit extra and you can buy them. They happen to have a fragrance box for $30 where you got a full size fragrance and then you get some other things along with it. So I paid $30 for that. If you're not a member of Allure Beauty Box, you can pay $50 for the same thing. So I'm going to show you everything that came inside of that box. So the full size item I got in the box was this fragrance, and this is 1 ounce, and this is the Elixir fragrance, and it's like a citrus fragrance, I believe. Yeah, it's a citrus fragrance. I mean, it's cute packaging and all, but I've also seen the same fragrance super cheap at TJ Maxx, and a lot of the times when they're testing stuff for Allure, I kind of think in my mind, since like you're kind of testing for Allure, because I'm not testing, but like thinking like beauty editors, that you're going to get something like new on the market. That's kind of like my whole idea. In which that is kind of, some of the smaller samples are kind of newer perfumes on the market. But this full size, I'm kind of sad that it wasn't a newer on the market fragrance. So some of these testers I got this tester from Rebecca Minkoff. First of all, it's not marked. So once I put this in my perfume collection, I just need to remember that this is Rebecca Minkoff's perfume. So there's that. And then I got this, which is Lake and Sky body oil. And it's the 1111 body oil. And it's kind of odd. I didn't think it had much of a scent at all. And so when this was one of the first things I opened, I was like, do I have COVID? Like, I mean, it's very, I mean, I don't smell anything. It's like very lightly scented. So, and usually like body oils are very heavily scented because you don't need they go a long way. This is Flower Balm Midnight by Viktor and Rolf. So this is newer. This just recently came out, and I actually haven't even smelled this yet. So, this doesn't really remind me of like what Midnight would be like on a perfume. Seems kind of fruity. Let me see what the notes are of this. Yeah, and then that was the top, main accords fruity at the very top. Black currant, pomegranate. And then peony, night blooming jasmine, white musk, vanilla. Yeah, it's just super, it's a super fruity scent. Okay, and then we have this by, it's Original by Riddle, which I feel like a couple years ago I got one of these in a, like a FabFitFun box, and I ended up giving it to somebody. Yeah, for Grantica does not even recognize it. It says it's a unique musk perfume oil made from amber resins and musky base notes. it says it should be your skin but better. So I don't know, I'll maybe keep it in my stuff, try it out, put it in my travel bag. And then this last one is Maya Base Perfume Oil. And like a 10 ml of this retails for $70, and this is a 5 ml, which is kind of crazy. But it says, this clean yet sexy roll-on fragrance is designed to adjust to your body chemistry. So again, it's one of those that I'd have to like wear on me for it to adjust and to actually like know anything about. All right. So then also at TJ Maxx, I picked up some Fleur scents. So I already had one Fleur scent that I paid full price for when they first came out, and I saw them on Instagram, and before they were in Sephora, they were on Instagram, and you buy like a sampler kit and you smell the scents, and then when you buy the sampler kit and it costs so much money, you smell the scents, and then for the price of the sampler kit, they give you a coupon off, you know, the price of the full kit. And I ended up getting Hepcat from that. And then I saw these for $36 each at TJ Maxx, and I think I paid like around 90 or so for mine when I got it. So I ended up getting Amaline, however you pronounce it, I'm probably saying it wrong. Hanami, I don't know. And I also got Sandara. These all smell great. They're very unisex, sort of earthy scents. These are right up my alley. I really like them, so I'm really happy to have those. Also, I have like a ton of these laying around. When you guys order from FragranceNet, they send one of these Simply Belle fragrances in there every single time. I feel like they should send other scents. Like, stop trying to make this happen. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, in the Allure box, they also sent this Floral Street sampler. And then these are pretty decent size sprayers. 1.5 mil. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is a company called Dossier. So Dossier is a company, and they dupe higher end fragrances. So on my quest to find a dupe for like Baccarat Rouge, which originally when I bought they didn't have that, but then I saw Dossier come across my Instagram feed, and I got curious, and then I saw the only videos that I saw were people who got free products from Dossier, and they were all glowing reviews, and that is always like a red flag for me. I can't stand to see that. So I decided that I was going to do a video reviewing them, and you know, like give an unbiased sort of review of my experience, because one, I'm nobody, they're not sending me anything. And two, I feel like, you know, the people should actually know that before they buy. That's also part of why I changed my name to Average Autumn, because I feel like I'm the average consumer. Anyway, getting back into that. I ended up purchasing 18 fragrances from Dossier, because the first time I ordered fragrances that I didn't already own. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. I should order fragrances that I do not, or I should order some fragrances that I already have in my collection so that I can compare them. And then after that, I ordered again, because they came out with Baccarat Rouge dupe. So I ordered that and then 2 others. I'll do a full video on my experience with them, but then they canceled one of them. It was like a whole thing. And then I gave one final order because they had a deal going on for Black Friday. And then, so I, again, ordered more. I now have 18 of them. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Baccarat Rouge dupe, and it is Ambery Saffron is what they call it. Again, they originally started out by having like a number. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, so they originally started out by just having all of their scents and scent categories and then assigning a number to it. So this first one right here is Oriental Woody 8. But now they've then renamed them, like this is Ambery Saffron, and that is pretty much the main smells in Baccarat Rouge, right? Or like the base smells in it. So, or I guess it would be the base smell along with the top note. Okay. So with that being said though, as you notice, it seems like I've already started to use quite a bit of this, but that's not true. My lid is loose and its fragrance is evaporating and getting loose out of this, which is annoying. My first order, that was not the case. All of the lids on here were really well put in and magnets. As it seemed like their orders started to get slower and they started to get more overwhelmed, my labels started to look, if you see that, like put on a little bit more quickly, loose tops. Yeah, you can see my top is loose. It's not as well done. Not all of my newer tops are loose. It just happens to be loose on, yeah, I think actually that might be the only one that has a loose top. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the one with the loose top. Some of the tops are dented. Not like a whole lot, but like if I were to look at them all from the top, you can kind of see there's like a small dent, like, I don't know, like, yeah, you can see the dent, and I don't know, it came like that. This one right here is Powdery Hawthorn, which is supposed to be the dupe for Tom Ford Metallique. They come with cards that in each box. So like originally I had here the Oriental Woody 6, which then it tells you the inspiration is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. And so it tells you all about it and all that good stuff on each card. So here are all the cards that I have for them. So I'm just going to go through and tell you what I have and like what it's supposed to be the dupe for. So obviously the first one's the Ambery Saffron. This is supposed to be the dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. This right here is Powdery Hawthorn. Again, it's supposed to be the dupe for Tom Ford Metallique. Here I have Floral Pear, and this is supposed to be the dupe, I believe, for Joe Malone, English Pear and Freesia. Here is Gourmand White Flowers. This is supposed to be a dupe for Viktor Flower Bomb. Oriental Cherry, supposed to be a dupe for Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Woody Hyacinth is supposed to be a dupe for Chanel Chance Eau de Parfum. So Oriental Woody 8 is supposed to be a dupe for Le Labo Santal 33. So Fresh Woody 5 is supposed to be a dupe for Creed's Aventus. Musky Green Tea is supposed to be a dupe for Creed Silver Mountain Water. Floriental Vanilla is supposed to be a dupe for YSL Black Opium. Floral Honeysuckle is supposed to be a dupe for Gucci Bloom. Citrus Green Apple is supposed to be a dupe for Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue. For women, by the way. Oriental Woody 2 is supposed to be a dupe for Terry Mugler, I don't know. Terry Mugler's Angel. I always like get confused if I should say Mugler or Mugler. I don't know. So Woody Sage is supposed to be a dupe for Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt. Okay, Floral Rose is supposed to be a dupe for Le Labo's Rose 31. Aquatic Peony is supposed to be a dupe for Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gioia. Oriental Woody 5 is supposed to be a dupe for Tom Ford's Oud Wood. And I think that's all of them. I think I mentioned them all, and here's all the cards. I will do a full video on my experience because I did have an issue with one of my shipments and all that stuff, but with the wear time, my experience and all that fun stuff, I do want you guys to have a full rundown with all of that. All right, and then another company that I mentioned in my last video that also replicates more well-known fragrances, makes them more available. This one's a little bit different because they make them in oil form, which is important for many reasons. If your religion does not allow you to put alcohol on your body, even in perfume form, This is great because you still get the fragrance, but it's in oil form also. It's great like if you're traveling, if you want it to be more close to your body and you don't want to spray it all over, if you have skin sensitivity, where alcohol dries out your skin. There are tons of reasons why an oil might be a better fit for you. But I did get a ton of these that I thought I would share with you. I think last time I had 4 to share, and then this time I just wanted to show you the rest of them. I don't remember which 4 I had last time, so I'm just going to go through really quickly and just tell you like all of the ones that I have in this container. I believe though last time I did have this one, which was this is the Baccarat Rouge 540X Straight. I think I had the regular Baccarat Rouge before. This is the Last Day of Summer by Gucci. This is Tom Ford's Oud Wood. This is Replica Across Sands by Maison Martin Margiela. This is Molecule 01. And I was just kind of curious how it would be in oil form. I do have it in the regular spray bottle and I really love it. It would be kind of different in oil form, so I was kind of curious. All right. This is Wild Strawberry and Parsley, which I love the scent. It's discontinued by Jo Malone. Oh my gosh, it's such a good scent. This is Byredo's Bal d'Afrique. I don't know why I'm sniffing them and not saying anything. This is Arabian Wood by Tom Ford. This company is super affordable, by the way. Each one of these oils is like $14 to around $20 or so, but then they also have like discount codes and things like that you can find online. This is Jo Malone's Blackberry and Bay. This is English Pear and Freesia by Jo Malone. This is Santal 33. This is Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford. This is Santal Blush by Tom Ford. This is Black Saffron by Byredo. This is Incense Mythique d'Orient by Guerlain. So I purchased the other Guerlain scents. I really like this more than the other ones I purchased, but I think this one's really expensive. So I wanted to try it out in kind of oil form. This is Gucci Oud. This one is Aventus for Her by Creed. So I guess there's like a difference. I think this one might have more pineapple in it. This is Tom Ford's Effing Fabulous. And then this one is Baccarat Rouge 540. So that is everything in my perfume haul that I picked up. I will not be buying any more. I will be going through all my perfumes throughout the year, doing full-on reviews. If you have any requests of anything that you would like to see, like any major house, anything like that, I did post like a quick sort of like picture of my shelf that holds all my perfumes. If you saw anything on that before that you would be interested in seeing a house that you saw on that, just let me know.
Oh my child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard.
And yeah, let's go ahead and start the new year, and I'm really excited about it. I know I should be very cautious because last year was such a turbulent year, but anyway, yeah, that's it, and I will talk to you guys all very soon. Bye, guys.
I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life?